Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Mondays with Michelle video. This week, we're exploring Peter Higginbotham's website on children's homes. This wonderful resource has several thousand pages of information, as well as photos, maps, and census extracts. Let's get started. If you recall, a few weeks ago, we did discuss his workhouse website, and I mentioned that it did have a lot of advertising on it. The situation is the same with this children's homes website. So if you notice, we have advertising at the bottom that continually pops up. You have ads at the side, and we have ads in the middle. So since I know that all of the advertising can be a bit distracting and can make it difficult to tell what you should click on. For today's video, what I'm going to do is show you the version of the website without the ads. So if I go to my other browser, I have ad blocker software installed on this browser, and you can see the difference. It didn't hide these two ads on the right, but we don't have any of the ads at the bottom or in the middle of the website. So it makes it much cleaner to demonstrate and a lot less distracting if you're trying to figure out what links to click on. So let's take a look at how this website is organized. You will find it's very similar to his website on the workhouse. You have a table of contents at the left. If you click one of the items, you will see either an information page, or you might see a more detailed table of contents. In cases where there is a more detailed table of contents, clicking that main link again, in this case, the All About link, will hide that detailed table of contents. We also have a search field up at the top here where you can type in your search term and press enter, or click the magnifying glass and you will see a list of items that matches your search. So let's start looking at the different table of contents entries. When you first go to the website, you're brought to the home page, which is what you see here. And what you will find on this home page, if we scroll down, it's showing you the recently added pages. The introduction link is giving you a historical perspective and overview of how the children's homes developed over the years based on the different types of homes, and talking about laws that changed that affected the types of homes and how different organizations evolved. You will probably spend most of your time in the next three links: the All About, the List by Location, and the List by Type. So that's what we're going to focus on for most of this presentation. So under the All About section, you have a very long list organized alphabetically. And each of these entries will bring you to a general information page about that topic. So the kinds of things they have in this list is information about different types of schools. So certified schools, charity schools, council homes, cottage homes, various societies that sponsored homes for children, like the Children's Aid Society. They also have information on reformatory homes and schools, industrial schools. So there are a variety of topics covered here. There is duplication to a certain extent if we look at list by type. So now this is focusing on the types of homes or schools where children resided. And if you are looking for a particular establishment, you should search both under list by type and the all about, because the links between the two are not identical. For example, under list by type, we see entries for Jewish homes and for Roman Catholic and Quaker homes. But if we go back to the all about pages and we look alphabetically, there isn't an entry for Jewish homes and there isn't an entry for Quaker homes. And if we take a look at a typical page, so for example, if we look at cottage homes under the all about section, we get an overview of what cottage homes were. There are all kinds of clickable links to more information within the article. You will see pictures, and I'll just scroll down to the bottom. You will see a bibliography. At the very top of the page, there are often links to lists of those homes. And if you click that list, it brings you right into the list by type table of contents. And you notice the entry for cottage homes is in red. So you can go directly to the list of cottage homes right from the About Cottage Homes page. Now, if we look at this list by type and we wanted to click on a particular entry, it's giving us details about that home or the homes in that area. So again, it's another detail page, and this one has an actual diagram of that home. It was a workhouse home. And here are some more entries. They also have links to the 1881 census, just like we saw for the workhouse. So here is the listing, because this is a workhouse. Here's the listing of the inmates. They would have similar listings for the different homes that were appearing in the 1881 census. Now, in this case, it took us right to the workhouse website, since that's where they had the details. But if we click on, I'll just go back. If we click on a different home, let's pick one of the ones in Yorkshire. Let me just scroll down here. If we pick this one and we click down, let me just scroll down. We can see all the details on this particular home. And in this case, there's links to other societies outside of the website. So there are many different links providing information on these specific homes. And by going back and forth between the all about pages and the list by type, you can look at the complete set of information pages for a particular home or a particular type of home. Now, some of the items I wanted to point out that I found particularly interesting, under list by type, there is this entry, Emigration Homes, and I found that quite interesting. This is an entire list of homes that were set up for children who had been identified as emigrating to probably Canada, Australia, or elsewhere. And if we take a look at some of these links, so for instance, if I click this link for Miss Rye's home, we come up with a detail page about that particular home. And it also tells us this was part of the Waifs and Strays Society. So I could look at information on that particular society. So I thought those emigration homes were kind of interesting. And there are also lots of pages of information on things like occupational homes. So you can see there were different homes set up for specific occupations, so orphans of individuals who were in those occupations. So in Yorkshire, for instance, East Riding, we've got the Hull Seamen's and General Orphanage, which was set up for the orphans of various sailors. So you've got that type of resource. Another thing I wanted to show you on this website, if we click on list by location, I was surprised to see how much information there was for children's homes outside of the UK. So we've got information on homes in Algeria, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Canada, France, Germany, and the list goes on. And some of the information is quite extensive. So if I click on Canada, and there is quite a long list, and you'll notice in brackets, there is a 2-letter abbreviation. The code, the key is at the top here. It's telling you the type of establishment that was. So this one here, DB, that was one of the Bernardo's homes. So if we click on this Winnipeg Babies home, which says it's a Waifs and Strays home, so that's the organization that set up or sponsored that home. If we click on this link, what caught my eye was these entries here. It says index of the Society's first 30,000 children's case files ordered by surname. And if I pull that up, I had already scrolled through to look for Rentons. There was a Mary Renton. It gives the rough birth year, and it gives her case file number. And if I go back to that information page and scroll down, it gives the Children's Society Records and Archives Center, and it gives information on how to contact them to be able to access those case files. So these pages have an awful lot of information. My point is, even if you have ancestors who were in children's homes outside of England, this website might very well have information that will be useful to you, because a lot of these children that were emigrating, the societies that sponsored that emigration were based in England. So the records of where they ended up might very well be in the British archives as referenced in some of these sites, some of these pages. The other information on the website, we have this link that shows some of the rules of operation for different schools or different organizations. So here's one for the Waifs and Strays in 1881. We also have general information on how to find records for these different types of children's homes. So this will give general information on each of these categories of homes. If there are known sources of records, you will find that listed at the bottom of each detail page when you look in the All About section. There is also a memoir, an account of life at the Burnage Care Home in Rochdale. So the other thing to note, the information is not just from the 1800s. Information on this website, some of it is as early as the late 1700s. Some of it is talking about homes and incidents in the 1900s. So there is a wide range of information available. If we click on this link, Abuse in the Homes, and look at England Wales inquiry, this is an inquiry that was opened in 2015. So again, a lot of this information is recent. And if we take a look at this site link, you've got an overview page that gives you information about the author, about the scope of the information on this website. There is also a page that discusses the copyright and how to cite the content if you want to reference information on his website. And as I said, if you want to search directly for something, let's say I wanted to see what they had about homes in Canada, I could type it in. There are basically 10 pages of links with information. And here was the link for that Winnipeg Babies Home. So the table of contents does contain a lot of detail, but understand that there are far more pages in this website than what are reflected just in the table of contents, because each detail page has many, many clickable links that lead you to other information pages that you can't access directly from the table of contents. So it is worth doing a search in the search field. It's also worth starting with your all about categories or your list by type to go to the types of children's homes, or if you know the name of a children's home, again, you could type it directly into the search category. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. Don't forget to download the handout. You'll find the link in the video description at the bottom of your screen. You may have to click more to see the handout links. Thanks for watching.